In 1978, the people of Iran were under strict persecution. Religions were outlawed, children were taken, and anyone who rebelled was captured and beaten, sometimes to death. Many families tried to escape, but most did not find success. With war at every turn and violence in the streets, staying in Iran was just as big of a risk as trying to escape. This is the story of a family who left their entire life behind in hopes of seeking refuge in America.
So, what are your names?
My name is Violet Sassouni, and if you want my maiden name, it is Mohiben.
I'm Saeed Sassouni.
We both came from Iran.
How old were you when you had to leave?
I was around my 30, and he was 36, but he didn't come with me. He joined me after 2 years and few months. He still was working in Iran when I had to leave with my 2 kids, my 2 daughters. My older daughter was 6 years old, and my younger one was only 1 year and a few months. It was really, for me, it was really sudden. It wasn't planned. We lived in Shiraz, one of the cities of Iran, where Saeed had a factory. They processed foam, and it was a very successful factory. And he was coming to Tehran, the capital of Iran, for a visit and business only for 1 day. He asked me if I wanted to join him, and I said 1 day is too short, let's make it at least 3 days. So we came to Tehran with as much stuff that I needed for about 3 days for myself and my daughters. And I never came back home. My stay in Tehran took about 10 days because the airplanes went on a strike. And about the 10th day, he came and told me, do you want to take the kids and go to Israel for now? Because that was the time of the revolution, and we were not sure about the future. And I had 2 small children, and I needed milk for my little baby, and we needed heat for the house. And those were the 2 main concerns that we were not sure that we will have it.
What is your name?
Taurus Asuni Pearl.
So you were 7 years old when you had to leave Iran. Could you describe what that was like to leave as a child?
I didn't really realize what was happening. I didn't know that we were leaving forever. I just knew that we were going to go visit my grandparents for a few days, and then we weren't able to go back home. And so I knew that things were kind of turbulent in the capital where we were staying. And then I knew that we were going to leave for a little while and then eventually come back when things quieted down, but that never happened.
So how did you and your sister deal with this over time and growing up?
It was difficult. At the beginning, we just missed our dad. She was really young, so she didn't know a whole lot about what was going on, but I think she did sense that we were displaced. We were living with my grandma, so that was kind of strange. It wasn't the same as when we had been living at home. And then as we grew older, there was kind of a disparity between what was going on with our friends, what our friends were allowed to do, and what the expectations and the rules were for us, especially because we were girls. So that became a challenge as we grew older.
Does it still affect you today?
Sure, I still feel like there are times where I'm not sure exactly how to handle a situation, even though I've been living here most of my life, because growing up it was different. It would have been different in my family than it is for families here.
Fortunately, I had family in Israel, and he had family in Israel, so I could stay for a couple weeks with the family, and they were very supportive and helpful. We decided that I better come to United States and stay with my mom and with my sister. And I left Israel and came to Westlake Village, close to Los Angeles. And I stayed there for about 3 months with my sister until Saeed came to United States about 2 years and 3-4 months later.
For the last 7 days, Tehran and other cities have seen violent clashes between troops and demonstrators demanding Khomeini's return.
We didn't feel safe, and we didn't know what will happen with the change of government. So it was safer out of Iran, at least for a short time, until we know more.
And this week, the crowds have shown that they are ready to fight back.
Does this still affect you today, mentally?
Kind of. To be honest with you, I let him talk.
Can you describe how it felt to be apart for 2 years?
First of all, talk to me very, very slowly because I never understand. But
You were apart from your daughters for 2
Yeah.
years. This when both of them were very, very young. Could you describe it?
it was very, very, very difficult to be alone over there in the bad situation of the country after the revolution. Dangerous. They were. It was a very, very bad situation. But what could I do?
Inevitably, the result is massacre. Even though their commander-in-chief, the Shah, is gone, much of the army is still ready to patrol the streets.
How did you escape Iran?
How did I what? Escape?
How did you escape?
There were people that they were with a lot of money. They were passing the people through the mountains and the hills and mountains north of Iran, and let them go out of the country. We found them. I found one of them, and then they told us, "Don't call anymore us. Don't stay in a hotel. Go to your friends or family, whatever it is, and stay over there until we tell you what to do." After a month or so, somebody called me. I don't know from where. What was his name? That and this time, in about a week or 2 days, such a thing, you should be in the city of Rezaieh, which is in west of Iran, northwest of Iran.
Northwest.
And they told me, go over there, stay in a hotel, and until somebody comes to you and tell you, hey,
Let's go.
let's go. I stayed over there about a week, and it was about 5 o'clock afternoon that somebody come to the hotel, say, "You're Saeed?" "Yes, I'm Saeed." "Let's go. You can have only one bag, a small bag, nothing else." It was about 12 o'clock at night that they told me, "Hey, let's go." They took me to the mountains and up and down, and then they say, no more car, just we walk. And we walked and passed the border. And it was the last time I was in Iran. I went to Turkey. It was not easy. It was very dangerous. And it took about 6-7 hours that we went to the closest city in Turkey, which was I think the name of the city was Van, V-A-N. And in Van, we got a bus and we went to Istanbul. And from Istanbul, by El Al to Tel Aviv.
Fly to Tel Aviv. He asked me to, when I come here, to join a temple, because we are Jewish, and in Iran we were, people who took our religion seriously, but we were not going to the temple every week. It was only on the special holidays. So I asked him, why you want me go to join a temple and take the kids to the temple every week? And he told me that I am afraid or worried about the change of culture and country and everything. So I think that our faith and belonging to some place and having their support is going to be a big help, especially for the girls growing here. So I did that. I came here and I joined the temple, which was called Etz Chaim. It was in Thousand Oaks, and we had a very, very kind rabbi and a wonderful congregation. They knew about us and our situation, and they were always ready to offer us any kind of help that we needed. It's sad for us to see, with the change of country, what it is right now and what has been happening there. So we are still hoping and praying that one day there is peace, and we can go back and at least visit our homeland. But this is a new home for us, which, as I mentioned, we are very thankful for and we love.